eagle.
Yeah.
Oh, do you like that? Not awful. Eagle. Now, there's a bit of a story to this. This is quite complicated. This is, you have to suspend belief on this as well. Eagle pose. Now, Garuda is an eagle in quite a few different religions and different cultures. In Malaysia, Garuda is the eagle god, and in, like I say, in the Hindu thing. So, he had the golden body of a man, a white face, red wings, right state. When you look at it, there's a picture here fighting a snake. Okay? So, the story of his, he was born that way. Don't ask me why. He's the king of birds, enemy of snakes, friend of humans, vehicle of Lord Vishnu, and how he became Vishnu's mount is I'm going to tell you. Vintner, Garuda's mother, she was always placing bets and betting people things, and she lost a bet with the Lord of the Snakes, the snake people, and she lost it, so she couldn't pay up, so they kidnapped her and took her to this place and said, so Garuda went and said, I want my mum back, and he said, only way you're going to get that if you steal Amrita, which I mentioned before, the nectar of the gods. And it was very, very heavily guarded in 3 different tasks. So it's like Hercules sort of thing, you know. He had to go and get these things. So he went to the first one. It was guarded by Amrita. It was guarded by a load of flames, a fiery sky. The whole sky was on fire. And what he did was he got the water from many rivers up in his wings and extinguished the fire. The next stage was a door. He said in the thing one says a door, but then another one says a contraption of whirling blades. So all these whirling blades and knives and everything, and he shrank to a really small, something like a sparrow or a chaffinch or something like that, and flew in between, missed the blades. And the last bit was 2 huge giant snakes, which is one of them here. 2 huge giant snakes guarded the Amrita. This is from the gods, like they placed all this thinking no one would get in. And then he flapped his wings and created a dust storm which blinded the snakes, and then he mangled them with his beak. So that's how he got there. And he got the Amrita and took it back, got his mother back, and so they agreed, he brought the Amrita. And just before the snakes, they took 1 drop of it, did the snakes, and then Shiva came down and sort of stopped him, and because he was the main god, he said, no, you can't have it now. But they honoured the agreement, let his mother go, but with that 1 drop of Amrita, it was too much for the snakes, because they weren't gods really. It split the tongue. And you get a snake with a forked tongue. Okay? So, split the tongue, and then he said, you know, I'm really sorry for stealing it, and they gave him, and as a reward, he gave, Shiva gave Garuda 2 snakes, which had taken a drop of this Amrita, so they kept regrowing. He killed them every day, ate them, and every day they regrew, and so he was never without food. And that. So the moral of the story, if there is one, is we're all spiritual beings larger than life. Born in the material body, we have reduced ourselves to the size and energy. We have reduced our size and energy, and our spiritual potential remains hidden within us. So what they're saying here, when you're doing Garudasana, it's quite a hard posture. You're binding yourself in, yeah? So when you're releasing your spiritual potential, you're letting it go. So you're binding up and then releasing when you release the posture. Does that make sense? So and also on a chakra level, energy level, you're squeezing all those areas, you're enlightening, and then fresh energy is bursting out. So that's what you're doing when remains hidden. When we release the clothes, we return to openness, releasing some of our spiritual power to overcome obstacles, as Garuda did. Because he changed. It was like 1 minute it was small, next minute it was large.
What's a good counter pose then? It's like goddess or something.
Anything you can do.
So I was thinking, you come out of eagle, you're all like, you are.
But then any sort of pose that's opening, really, you can, let's say, warrior or anything like that. So that's the story behind that. Okay.